So this portion of this video, I'm going to talk about some of the on-screen setup for getting an ExactApply machine ready to do a winterization. So we want to go into our ExactApply nozzle control settings. We want to go into our manual setup. We want to make sure our valve pulsing is on auto, and we want to make sure that we're spraying out of both nozzles at the same time. That way we're getting antifreeze through both solenoids on the nozzle bodies. So right now it is set up to spray out of A and B at the same time. You can tell by the green lines. You can also change it over here on your armrest by just hitting A and it changes to A, or you can just hit B and it goes to B. But we want to spray out of both at the same time, so we're going to hold the opposite letter for just a few seconds and it'll turn it on to spray out of both. That's virtually the only thing that we need to set up in the display that it would be different for an ExactApply machine before we spray it out. We got our boom sprayed out with RV antifreeze on our ExactApply machine here. I want to recommend that we do an air boom purge on an ExactApply machine. I don't know that it's 100% necessary. I just like to blow it out so that antifreeze is not setting in there on those high dollar nozzle bodies. So to do an air boom procedure, first of all, in this machine we have an extended monitor, so we have two displays, which makes this procedure a little nicer, because I will take this boom section page and I'll move it up to the extended monitor by pushing this button here. Now I have it up on this screen, so I can come back to our main screen and we can go into our Boom Air Purge screen. There's a couple options here, Auto Prime or Boom Air Purge. How I got to that was this Air Purge button down below the screen. But I want to hit Start Air Boom Purge. What that's going to do is it'll let the air pressure into our boom by closing an isolation valve and then opening the solenoid to let the air from the air tank into the boom system. What it's going to do is it's going to give you 2 minutes to push air to the booms. Now the air supply from the tank to the boom is very small, so I recommend doing one section at a time and just kind of watching your pressure so that we have adequate air pressure to blow that boom section out. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up to our extended monitor display and we're going to disable all the sections, and I'm going to turn the far outside right section on by itself. Now when we come back to our main display here, I'm going to hit our master apply switch, and it's actually going to open the passage to the outside boom and blow that air pressure out. I like to watch that pressure up here, and then as you watch the end of the boom, you'll start to see the water disappear and it to go to all air. And you can also watch your air pressure on the screen. And when the water pretty well disappears and your air pressure goes to nothing, you can turn your master apply switch off again. Now I will come up here to our extended monitor. I'll turn R4 on, turn R5 off. That way we're just doing the next section in one at a time. And then on my main screen, I'm letting that air pressure build back up. It takes some time. It's just running off of the engine-driven air compressor. So as that gets built up, I will fire the next section and do the same procedure. You do have a time limit remaining down here. It's not that big a deal, but anytime the master spray switch is pushed where it's letting air out, it'll be counting down on a timer. If you run out of time, and you will, to do it properly, just cancel the procedure and go back in and you can start over again. So now that we're up to about 60 psi, I like to have it a little higher, but maybe I can give it a little more engine RPMs here, and that'll let that air pressure build up faster. So I like to see at least 100 psi, and then I'll press my master apply switch again to blow that remaining RV antifreeze out of that boom section.